yet we are dealing with GABA, CRB.
How does the letter read?
Request for information.
What is the reference? Just go to the reference.
That is the reference, my lord.
Case reference, please. Case reference, CRB.
The CRB is GABA CRB.
No, what is there? Is it Kabalagala or GABA? Because
it is GABA.
I heard you speaking Kabalagala.
Actually, he read Kabalagala.
Yes.
Sorry.
So what is there?
It is GABA.
Okay.
Okay. Reply.
Yes, my lord. We received a communication from immigration that the reply was ready.
Yes. What is the reply dated?
Yes, my lord.
Dated when?
7th of April, 2026.
By who?
The author is J.B. Campbell.
Yes.
Acting Chief of Immigration, Chief of Citizenship, I beg your pardon, Acting Chief of Citizenship and Immigration Control.
Interpretation, please.
Mukusaba okwo twasaba director akola ku butuuze okufuluma eggwanga n'okuyingira bikwasa ku kuyingira eggwanga okututegeeza ku byafaayo bya kutambula kwa Onyum Okello eyali alina passport ya USA era enamba tugimuwa era bwe twamaliriza twaweebwa okuddibwamu ng'ekwaliko ng'ennaku z'omwezi 7 omwezi ogwokuna mwaka 2026 ng'era okuddamu okwali kuwandiikiddwa J.B. Campbell eyali akolanga acting chief akola ku by'okuyingira n'okufuluma eggwanga.
James, did the reply provide you the information that you needed?
Yes, my lord.
What information did you get from the reply?
My lord, the information we got from the reply indicate...
We want to put in the content before we admit the letters.
My lord, first I pray to have the request letter and the reply admitted as exhibits, my lord.
No objection.
May I please understand what the attachment, where is it coming from?
My lord, the attachments accompanying the reply,
Okay.
they are showing his travel history.
Okay.
There is a part of it where accused.
Okay, it's okay, I've seen.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, the request that was written by SCP Chelimo Beata is dated 7th April 2026 is admitted as a prosecution exhibit, and it is marked PEX 13A, while the response, which was also dated the same day, 7th April, and authored by GB Cambere, together with its attachments, are collectively marked PEX 13B.
Most obliged, my lord. May I pray for 13A and B?
Okusaba okwawandiikibwa SCP erimu okudinda ennaku z'omwezi nga 7 omwezi ogwokuna omwaka 2026 kukiriziddwa ng'ekizibiti ky'oludda olwabi era ne kulambibwa ng'ekizibiti eky'oludda olwabi ekye-13A era n'okuddamu ne biwandiiko ebirala ebiriko ebyawandiikibwa JB Kambere era nabyo nga biriko ennaku z'omwezi nga 7 omwezi ogwokuna omwaka 2026 bikiriziddwa ng'ekizibiti ky'oludda olwabi era nabyo ne birambibwa ng'ekizibiti ky'oludda olwabi namba 10
From the reply, were you in position to ascertain his last travel history? Accused his last travel history.
Yes, my lord.
Please proceed.
From the reply,
provide an answer without you
yes,
having to repeat.
the accused, his last travel history was on 28th of January this year, when he crossed from Uganda to Kenya via Busia border. And he made a return journey on the 9th of February.
Which
Okay,
year?
he went on 28th January 2026 and returned
On 9th of Feb 2026
Via what border point?
via Busia still.
Nti bunziramu bye nafuna nakizuula nti avunaanibwa okusinziira ku ntambula ze yasemba okutambula ng'ennaku z'omwezi 28 omwezi ogwa January omwaka 2026 ng'asala okuva mu Uganda okudda e Kenya nga yayita ku boda ya Busia, era mu kudda yayita era ku boda ya Busia ng'ennaku z'omwezi 9 omwezi ogwokubiri omwaka 2026.
Okay, James, let's try to wind up. Did you do any other thing other than those?
Yes, my lord. I made one more request, still for the signature of my supervisor.
Please give us the name.
Senior Commissioner of Police, Chelimo Biata. This request was addressed to a Chief Licensing Officer, Minister of Works and Transport,
For which purpose?
The purpose was to ask for information relating to as to whether the accused person has a valid Ugandan driving permit and any other information.
Why did you ask for this information?
My lord, because during our investigations, we established that accused had hired a vehicle and driven it himself all the way from Chanja to the daycare a day before, second, when he committed the offense.
Interpret.
Ekirala kye nakola era nabaga ebbaluwa mukama wange n'agitwala mukama wange ogisako omukono mukama wange SCP Chelimo Biata nga bagiwandiikira omukulu akola ku Ministry of Works by'entambula ng'era twali tusaba okutuwa ku bikwata ku driving permit n'ebirala ng'era kino twakikola tukikola olw'okuba nti mu kunoonyereza twali tukizudde nti avunaanibwa yali apangisizza emmotoka ne yeevuga okuva ekyanja okutuuka ku Dekkeya ewaddiza omusango nga 2 omwezi ogwokuna omwaka 2026.
Did you get a response?
Yes, my lord. We got a response from the chief licensing officer that the accused had only been given a learner's permit, which at the time of request had expired.
Learner's permit, which at the time had expired.
Which at the time of request.
Yes, had expired.
Are we in position to identify the said request and reply you got?
Yes, my lord, I can be able to identify it by its content, the date of drafting, and the signature of Senior Commissioner of Police Chelimo Biata, who signed it in my presence.
Nafuna okuddibwamu okuva omukulu agaba pamiti ez'okuvuga nga etegeeza nti avunaanibwa yali yafuna pamiti ey'abayiga ng'era we twasabira pamiti eyo yali eweddeko oba yali yaggwako.
You recognize the document? Please tell court what it is.
Yes, my lord. The document is a request letter
Dated
7th of April 2026 by Senior Commissioner of Police Chelimo Biata. Subject request for information to support investigations Vide Gava CRB 026 26. Addressed to the Chief Licensing Officer, Ministry of Works and Transport.
When is the reply dated?
The reply is dated 14th of April 2026 by Katushabe Winston.
Katushabe
Winston.
Please.
Ebbaluwa yateekebwayo okusaba ennaku z'omwezi 7 omwezi ogwokuna omwaka 2026 nga yawandiikibwa SCP Chelimo Biata ng'esaba okuweebwa ebinayamba mu kunoonyereza ku musango ogwaggaba CRB 026 kasale 226 ng'era bagiwandiikira akulira okugaba pamiti mu kitongole ekyebyentambula ng'era eno okuddibwamu kwawandikibwa ennaku z'omwezi 14 omwezi ogwokuna omwaka 2026 nga kwateekebwako omukono Katushabe Winston.
What is the position of Katushabe?
Katushabe is the Commissioner, Transport Regulation, regulation and safety,
transport regulation
stroke,
and safety,
yes, stroke chief licensing officer.
and what information did he provide?
Mr. Mwaganya, would we first have the documents admitted?
Oh, I am really sorry, I keep forgetting. My Lord, I pray that the documents admitted as exhibits.
No objection, my lord.
Okay, the request letter that was authored by SCP Chelimo Beata on the 7th of April 2026 and addressed to the Chief Licensing Officer, Ministry of Works and Transport is admitted and it is marked PEX 14A, and the response from the Ministry of Works authored by Mr. Katushabe Winston and dated on the 14th of April 2026 is also admitted and it is marked PEX 14B.
Baluwa y'okusaba yawandiikibwa SCP Chelimo Beata ng'enaku z'omwezi 7 ogw'enzi ogwokuna omwaka 2026 ng'eyolekera komishona w'ebyenguudo n'ebyentambula ekiriziddwa ng'ekizibiti eky'oludda olwabi era neerambibwa ng'ekizibiti eky'14A era n'okuddamu okuva mu minisitule y'ebyentambula ng'eriko ennaku z'omwezi 14 omwezi ogwambiddwa ng'ekizibiti ky'oludda olwabi ekyo14B.
From the reply, what information was provided?
My Lord,
In summary.
from the reply, the information that was provided is that the accused had been given a learner's permit which expired before he could complete the process of acquiring a full driving license. The information also concluded or confirmed that Mr. Onyum Okello Christopher does not hold a valid driving license for Uganda.
Did you do any other thing other than that? Take back.
My Lord, yes. During the course of investigation, we recovered phones from the accused, which phones were subjected to forensic imaging
Yes.
and as a result we got some information relating to his bank accounts.
Okay, just tell court what role you played in this process.
In this process,
Yes.
I delegated an officer or instructed an officer by the names of Detective Inspector of Police.
We are talking about subjecting the phones for forensic imaging.
Yes, my
So
lord.
are we
Yes.
still on that?
Before we go to what you probably want to say, how did you handle the gadgets recovered from the accused?
I beg your pardon, my lord.
How did you participate in the process of handling the phones etc recovered from the accused?
Yes, my lord.
What did you do?
My lord, I gave instructions for the phones to be submitted to forensics for imaging and extraction of information that could be of evidential value to the case in matter. I mean a case in point here.
How did you give those instructions?
Those instructions, some I gave verbally and some I gave through minutes in the file. of the accused's telephone number.
Interpret.
Ekirala kye nakola mu kunoonyereza musango guno twazuula amasimu agaali agavunaanibwa era bwe gafunika ne ngasindika mu kitongole ekikola mu kunoonyereza ku biba bizuuliddwa binaabikozesebwa ng'ebizibiti era nawa ebiragiro eri Detective Inspector wa Poliisi Mpamizo Agre okutwala essimu ezo mu kitongole kyekebejja ebizibiti okufuna ebisobola okutuyamba musango guno era nayongera nempa ebiragiro ebimu mu bigambo ebirala mu buwandiike nga mteeka mu fayiro ey'omusango guno era nayongera nendagira omusirikale Mpamizo Agre okugenda kitusobozesa okugenda okunoonyereza n'okujja ebikwata ku account ku bank account eyavunaanibwa era nagenda mu maaso ne mutegeeza afune era ekiragiro okuva mu kooti ekitukkiriza okugenda mu by'empuliziganya z'amasimu okufuna ebikwata ku ntambuza ya ssente ku masimu enkuba y'amasimu call data era n'okuba
James, why did you cause these investigations?
My Lord, I caused this investigation because I wanted to find out what to establish the lifestyle of the accused person we are dealing with.
Galo okuzuula enneeyisa oba embeera za avunaanibwa ono bwe twali tunoonyerezaako.
Did you also do any other thing or give any other instructions to Mpamizo?
My Lord, also in my instructions to Mpamizo, I instructed him to take note of the call that the accused person made to a police emergency line. When he extracts the call data, he analyzes it and look for that record of that call.
Era nayongera n'endagira omwami Mpamizo okugenda mu maaso okwekebejja bw'aba afunye call data oba ebyakubwa ku simu yavunaanibwa okwetegereza esimu gye yakubira kitongole kya poliisi.
I believe that is all.
Yes, my Lord.
Thank you so much.
No, that's all.
And defense, how much time do you need to cross-examine officer? I want to propose a break of about 10-15 minutes. Yes, let's come back at 5 minutes after midday.
Genda kumulamu tukomewo ng'eddakiika 5 ziyise ku ssaawa 6.
Yes.
Then the third last line.
Yes, my Lord, I see it.
You have seen no mattress.
Yes.
Would I be right to say it's very unusual somebody to rent a house without a mattress to sleep on?
It may appear unusual,
Okay.
but that is the fact or the truth I found on ground.
Okay.
Statement yange mulimu nti nasanga temuli mufaliso era kiyinza okulabika ng'ekitali kya bulijjo naye ng'ekyo kye kituufu kye nazuula temwali mufaliso.
Afande, what is your experience in investigation? How many years have you spent in investigations?
My Lord, I have 5 years experience in investigation.
Okay.
Nina obukugu wa myaka 5 mu kunoonyereza.
In your experience and wisdom of investigations, is it usual for somebody to commit this kind of murder in broad daylight for purposes of sacrifice?
Yes, it is possible.
Is it usual?
It is possible.
Okay, how many?
Tikisoboka omuntu okuzza omusango gw'obutemu nga guno emisana ttuku.
In your 5 years of experience, how many have you come across the offenses committed in that day, broad daylight, in that nature?
My Lord, in my 5-year experience in investigation, this is the first case of this nature.
Okay,
However, there are other cases where people have been murdered that I have previously handled.
Thank you, Afande.
Mu myaka 5 yenkoledde omulimu gw'okunoonyereza guno gwe musango ogusoose okulaba omusango okuttibwa okw'ekika kino, naye emabega waliwo emisango emirala egiziddwa mu nkula y'emu egigenda mu maaso n'okuba nga giwulizibwa.
Afande, there are some unique documents that are on court record already. Certificate of good conduct, document from the Embassy of America saying is of normal mental status and has no criminal record. I do believe that if somebody is issued with a certificate of good conduct, he has no criminal record. Is that true?
That may appear true.
Okay.
Yes.
Omuntu okweba certificate eraga nti yeeyisa bulungi kiyinza okuba kituufu nti aba tazzangako ku musango.
Okay, you are the IO of this matter. Is that right?
I supervised the investigations.
That means you are part of the IOs.
Yes, my Lord.
Okay.
Nali omu ku baanoonyeza musango guno.
Will I be right to say that there is information this person spent some month, 8 to 9 months in Butavika when he was receiving treatment?
Yes, that information is there.
Okay.
Tikituufu waliwo ekyoga nti omuntu ono yamala ebbanga mu ddwaliro e Butabika myezi 5 ku 8 ng'afuna obujjanjabi.
How long?
8 to 9 months.
Myezi 8 ku 9.
That's Butabika Mental Hospital?
Yes, my Lord. Will I be right also to say that you are in possession of information that between 2016 to 2025, he had episodes of mental illness?
No, my lord. I am not in possession of such information.
Sirina kyebimanyiko ekyokuba nti omuntu eno yaliko obulwadde bw'obutafu bw'omutwe obw'okuba nti yalinga atabuka omutwe mu wakati wa 2016 ne 2025.
Since you are part of the investigators, did you get an opportunity to look at PF24?
Yes, I did.
Did you read?
I read through it.
And you believe that information is not there?
The information is there, and I believe the author of the information was before this court, and he explained that report, my lord.
Therefore, fund.
Okusinziira nti nali omu ku banoonyereza mu musango guno era nga natunula ku bbaluwa okwekebejjezebwa avunaanibwa, olwaleero nagisoma bulungi era n'ebyo byogera ku ebiri, era nsuubira nti eyawandiika ebbaluwa eyo yajja mu kooti muno n'aginnyonnyolera.
So will I be right to say that if you read that PF24 and you find that information, you are in possession of the information?
The medical form is there.
Yes,
And
I found answered the question.
Yes, the information is there.
So I want to put it to you that it was wrong for you to say you are not aware.
Tikituufu ebyogerwa bya mu ebiri mu lipooti okwekebejjezebwa avunaanibwa.
Afande, in your wisdom and experience of 5 years,
Yes, my lord.
you know the importance of statements that the suspect knows the consequences of his actions. You know the importance.
Yes.
What is the question?
In his wisdom and experience, he knows the importance when the suspect says that I know the consequences of my words, my action.
Okay, let's proceed.
Afande.
Yes, my lord.
Okay. So it is very crucial in investigations.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Look at your statement again. Open where it is. You are there?
Yes, I am there.
I do believe you are familiar with your statement.
Yes, my lord.
Okay. Will I be right to say the statement that the accused told you that he knows the consequences and the results of his actions is not in your statement?
My lord,
I found the first answer the question. Will I be right to say so?
my lord, during the course of investigation,
I found the first answer the question, then I will ask for explanation. We are going there, Afande. Answer. Will I be right it's not there Or if it is there, can you read it to court?
That particular aspect may not be in the statement.
Okay.
May not or is not?
I need to.
I find it to be precise. I've read through your statement several times. It's not there.
My Lord, that particular item is not in my statement.
Okay. Since you are IO, there are many other statements that the accused wrote. Are you aware that that statement is still lacking in his plain charge and caution statement and other statements from other officers? Fande, say yes or no. You are not aware.
Maybe I need to read this statement and confirm, because these statements were taken by different officers.
That is true, but
Yes.
I want to tell you that they are not there. We continue.
Okello yakola statement.
But in an extrajudicial statement that he made before a magistrate, he apologized.
We haven't reached there. I will ask you about the extrajudicial statement.
Of course,
Wait for
you are
question.
quoting all the statements he made.
I say the charge and caution plain statement. We are going there. Okay, if you think he apologized at the time you were questioning him, did you have any proof as to his health status?
At that material time, no.
Okay.
Budde nze wenamubuuliza okumujjako wenamubuuliza nali sinaawo bukakafu bukwata kuvuya ku nsonga ya bulamu bwe.
You said in court here that he had a police line to call. Is statement that line?
No, it is not.
Tekiri mu statement yange nti Okello ina line ya police gyali akuba.
Did you read his plain statement? Will I be right? It's also not there.
I read through his plain statement.
It is not there. Isn't that true? Afande, we have many other witnesses. Answer. Kindly answer.
It may be true.
So you want court to write it may be not true.
Officer, please answer the question. Does it appear in the plain statement of Mr. Okello, that issue of the police line? It's a simple question.
My
that you
Lord.
can answer.
Are you aware or you are not aware? Please, we want to continue. You may not be aware.
My Lord, for now, I may not be so sure whether it is there or not.
Kisekakasa saawa zino oba mu statement ya Okello mwekiri nti yalina line ya police.
Okay, Afande, Will I be right to say that a knife or knives are domestic common tools at home?
Yes, you're right.
Oba mutuufu okugamba nti akambe oba obwambe ebintu ebikozesebwa ewaka ebya bulijjo.
And you also confirm that the suspect told you he has intending to do agriculture in Noya district.
Yes.
Oba mutuufu ogamba nti Okello yantegeeza nti yali ateekateeka okukola ebyobulimi mu disitulikiti y'e Nyoya.
Afande, do you know the importance of lifting the suspect's fingerprints?
Yes, I do.
Manya obukulu bw'okuggyako avunaanibwa ebyenkumu.
Are you aware that yesterday we were told
Lifting the suspect's fingerprints?
yes?
Counsel, you
From what?
rephrase the question.
From what?
My lord, I'm asking him, is he aware that somebody came here yesterday and said the suspect's fingerprints were not lifted?
You are not lifted from what?
To go and examine whether he interacted with the items they are talking about.
Specifically, which item?
My lord, they recovered many items at the scene of crime,
And specifically,
at his home.
okay, specifically, which item are you talking about?
My lord, it could be the dead bodies, the children he cut, they allegedly cut, the knives, the clothes, all that they talked about.
My lord, as far as the exhibits that were recovered at the scene is concerned, all of those exhibits were properly processed. Where lifting fingerprints was needed, it was done. Swabs were taken, and all of those exhibits were submitted to forensics for analysis, including samples from the accused person.
Kubikwatagana ku bizibiti ebyasangibwa mu kifo ewazibwa omusango byonna byagobererwa emitendera egyetaagisa era n'okutwalibwa mu bakugu abeekebejja ebizibiti era n'ebinkumu ebyali byetaagisa byabaggiwaako nga kojjeeko n'okujja kwavunaanibwa.
Afande, in your 5 years of experience plus wisdom, in case the fingerprints of the suspect were not lifted, would that be dangerous to your case?
Lifted from where, my counsel?
I'm talking about his fingerprints. I hope you know it.
My lord, fingerprints are taken depending on whichever purpose you require them for.
I'm asking.
For example, when we arrest people and we take people into our custody, whoever enters into our custody are always fingerprinted.
Afande.
Secondly, when an offense happens and we visit scenes of
Afande, I will look
crime,
for that explanation from you, but first answer the question.
Kindly,
I look for that explanation. I look for that explanation. And we are going there, but answer this question. Kindly, can you answer the way I put it to you?
Can you repeat the question?
Will I be in case his fingerprints were not lifted? it is dangerous to your case in your wisdom and experience?
We have understood the question.
yes.
That failure to extract fingerprints,
Fingerprints.
or lift is detrimental to your case.
Yes.
You answer that question.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, we continue.
Nkimanyi bulungi nti obutajja binkumu ku muntu akwatiddwa abateeberezebwa okuzza omusango kiba kya bulabe ku musango oguba gunoonyezebwako.
Afande, are you in possession of information from the suspect that at the time of arrest he had a lot of painkillers to include diclofenac, tramadol, and that the purpose were to prevent him from feeling pain?
My Lord, during the arrest of the accused person, some drugs were recovered from his bag.
We twakwatira avunaanibwa ono waliwo amakerenda agaasangibwa mu nsawo ye.
Do you remember him or in your file telling you that the previous day he had a lot of pain?
No.
Sijjukirako ngamba nti olunaku emabega yali alina obulumi bungi.
Afande, have you prepared another IO to come? Since you are part
That is
of it.
not his. That is not his. It is for the prosecution.
Much obliged, my lord. Afande, since you are in possession of statements about his mental status, did you find it prudent or necessary to visit Butabika Hospital and come up with information regarding him?
My Lord, at the onset, after the arrest of the accused,
First answer the question,
First answer
Afande.
his question, then you can give an explanation.
no, my Lord.
Sa kirondola kugenda ku ddwaliro lya Butabika kukebera ku bikwata ku bulamu bw'avunaanibwa.
So, will I be right to say that you don't know that the justice of this case demands so?
My Lord, I am aware of that, and the accused was subsequently examined, and the medical report is on record.
Ekyo nkimanyi bulungi era avunaanibwa z'abasawo kweziri ku fayiro.
Afande, I pray you look at his plain statement, if you know where it is.
Plain statement of the accused.
Yes, my lord.
Yes?
Can you read the court the date on which you got it?
My lord, the witness has not said that is the one that recorded the plain statement. That answer, with due respect, is inappropriate to this particular witness, my lord.
Which answer?
I mean the question, my lord.
The question is, he's an investigating officer. He's the one who assigned Atube to record a plain statement. I don't think it is out of place for him to tell us what is on the plain statement that he requires.
Much obliged, my lord. Afande, are you there?
Yes, my lord.
Can you read to court the date it was extracted?
It was made on 4th of April 2026.
Avunaanibwa yakola statement ye ku poliisi nga 4 omwezi ogwokuna omwaka 2026.
And do you remember that it was taken before the doctor on 7th April 2026?
Yes, my lord.
Era nzijjukira nti avunaanibwa yatwalibwa ow'omusawo nga 7 omwezi ogwokuna omwaka 2026.
So, will I be right to say that the time he recorded the statement and interacted with you, nobody knew his health status, especially the mental?
My lord.
Will I be right? First answer the question, then you
He's
go.
addressing the court.
Much
He's
obliged.
addressing the court and you are not allowing him to answer.
Much obliged.
My lord, in practice, not every person whom we take a statement from, that we first start by examining them to ascertain their mental status.
Okusinziira mu ngeri gye tukolamu, si buli muntu akwatibwa nti tusooka kumutwala kwekebejjebwa kola ya bwongo bwe nga tetunnamugyawo statement ye.
So it is true his statement was taken before examination.
Yes, as it is.
Tekituufu avunaanibwa yaggibwako statement nga tannaba kutwalibwa kwekebejjebwa mu ddwaliro.
Afterward, the suspect you are dealing with had sickle cell.
Yes.
Oluvannyuma nakizuula nti avunaanibwa yalina endwadde ya nnalubiri.
Afande, did you read his charge and caution statement?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Will I be right to say that you came across a statement saying, I returned to Uganda because I was distressed mentally and physically?
I do not recall that particular phrase.
Would you wish to go there? On page 8.
My lord, again, I will seek for your indulgence. if I understood counsel well, is cross-examining on charge and caution statement, my lord. He has not laid any background as to whether the witness understands is the recording officer and the extent of his involvement in that particular statement, my lord, that requires a well-elaborate process to prove its content. My lord, the charge and caution statement is evidence subject to formal proof and cannot be casually traversed. Not even in cross-examination, my lord, we believe, except if it is established that the witness is the recording officer. So we object to that line of cross-examination.
My lord, I wish to rejoin.
Sorry, you need to reply?
Yes.
Please do.
My lord, when I was beginning to ask him questions, he categorically stated he's an IO. Two, before asking him that very question, he told me he read it. My lord, cross-examination, you can ask any question related to the offense. It's allowed. Further, my lord is a police officer, and that's why that file is called police file. That is why he cannot escape that question. I pray that he answers it.
You wish to rejoin, Mr. Mwaganya?
My lord, the mere reading of documents does not make a witness competent to comment. The procedure, my lord, that is required is, if a witness is to be compelled to answer to a document, then the necessary background, my lord, has to be established as to the nexus, as to the connection of the witness to the document. My lord, the rules of cross-examination cannot dispense with the process, the legal process required to be followed in traversing charge and caution statements. In fact, my lord, with due respect, asking this witness to answer to the content of a charge and caution statement without establishing that he is the recorder would be at most a solicitation of hearsay, my lord. Unless it is established that it is his statement as a recorder.
Okay, there are strict rules relating to the recording of charge and caution statements and also tendering in the evidence of the charge and caution statement, especially if it leads to confessions. The said charge and caution statement, whose contents the defense seeks the witness to read to the court to form part of the court record, has not been admitted on the court record. I find that reading out the contents of that statement to the court at this stage is irregular. The defense can wait for the prosecution to bring the author of the charge and caution statement, in which case they will cross-examine him, and in the event that the prosecution does not call that author, it is still within the power of the defense to have this witness called in as a defense witness in the event that this court finds to have this witness called in. For that reason, let's cross-examine on other areas, but not on the confession or lack of it.
Much obliged, my lord. Afande, you said that you interacted with the suspect.
Yes, my lord.
Ogambye nti wayogezanya ne Okello.
Are you in possession of information from the suspect? The fact that while he was renting in the US, the landlord chased him because he was using substances or drugs.
No. He did not give me such information, my lord.
Yantegeezaako nti landlord bwe yali apangisa mu Amerika nti yamugoba kuba yali alina byakozesa.
Afande, would I be right to say you never read the whole of that file?
My lord, I read this file.
File eno nagisoma.
Will you find it comfortable if I told you to check for that statement in that file?
You specifically point out at a document. What time shall we leave this place? Specify the document you want him to look at.
My lord, let me leave it at that. My lord, at this point, I rest cross-examination.
Okay, thank you. Any reaction?
Yes, my lord, just on, I think, one area. Defense has asked you as to whether you included the statement in your testimony about the accused telling you the consequences of his actions, and you said it was. Do you get my background? Are you following me?
I have not understood you, my lord.
Okay. I'm saying you have been asked by the defense as to whether you included the phrase that the accused told you that he knew the consequences of his actions. Phrase is not included in your statement. Yes?
Yes, my lord.
Why is it not? Why didn't you?
During the course of investigation, I undertook a lot of tasks and assignments, which some of them may necessarily not be in my statement. But I took them, or I did.
Aba mu kiseera ekyokunoonyereza naweebwa obuvunaanyizibwa bungi obw'enjawulo era ne mbukola era ebimu biyinza obutabaamu mu statement yange.
My lord, that's all.
Okay, I just want to ask him a few questions. Officer,
Yes, my lord.
just something about the home that you visited and searched.
Yes, my
On
lord.
the search certificate, Exhibit 11.
Yes, my lord.
On the search certificate, Exhibit 11, it is indicated as a house stroke room. So was it one room? Was it a big house? Help me understand.
It is one room.
Amaka ge twagenda ne tukebera yali nzigo gumu.
And is it just alone? Are there many other rooms in one enclosure?
Yes. First room at the edge of the building.
Waliwo emizigo emirala mu kitundu ekyo naye nga ogwonavunaanibwa gwe gwali gusembayo.
And where did you find the knives specifically?
The knives, some were found on a kitchen sink, kind of a sink.
Obwambe obumu bwazuulibwa ku sinki nfumbiro.
A wardrobe.
Obulala bwazuulibwa mu wardrobe.
And there are some that were recovered in a suitcase.
Era obulala wasangibwa mu suitcase, oba mu keesi eterekebwamu ebintu.
Okay, Mr. Kumbuga, any questions from my asking?
No, my lord.
And none from us, my lord.
Officer, thank you so much. It's been a heavy day for you since yesterday. Thank you for testifying and thank you for doing this work.
Tusabale nnyo funa omujulizi omulala. Tusabale nnyo funa omujulizi omulala.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, madam.
What's your name, sir?
I'm Pamizo Agre.
Gamba detective wa police.
How old are you, sir?
Pamizo Agre.
I'm 57 years old.
What's your religion?
I'm a Protestant by faith.
Protestant. Please go ahead and take off.
I, Detective Inspector Pamizo Agre, swear by the Almighty God that the evidence I'm going to give to this honorable court shall be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Agre, you say you do for a living?
I'm a police officer. It's true, my lord.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a police officer.
Where are you attached?
I'm attached to Kampala Metropolitan Police Headquarters, CPS.
CPS, Kampala Metropolitan.
What role did you play in this case?
My lord, I received instructions to carry out investigation support Kabaragara Police Division. I was entrusted into...
You're going to go at penny's speed. You received instructions?
I received the instructions from Detective Esrite James, Divisional CID Officer, Kabaragara Police Station.
Yes.
I received these instructions by my CID commander, SCP Telecom Moses.
Nafuna ebiragiro okuva ewa Detective Esrite James oluvannyuma lw'okubanga nali pitiddwa mukama wange SCP Telecom
Moses. That was on 6th of April 2026.
walinga mukaaga mwezi gw'okuna mwaka 2026.
What instructions did you receive from James?
I received the instructions to process court order 0769 58 26 20, being the phone number for a suspect by name of Onyum Christopher Okello, who was being investigated for an alleged case of murder.
Nafuna ebiragiro okufuna oda ya kooti okugenda mu maaso n'okuba nga nfuna ebikwata ku ngeri gye yakozesaamu engeri y'essimu ennamba y'essimu gye yali ekozesebwamu statement za mobile money n'enkozesa ye ennamba y'essimu namba 0769585262 ng'ennamba eno yali mmanya ga ateebereza okuza omusango Onyum Christopher Okello.
What other instructions?
I proceeded to
Did you receive any other instructions?
Yes, my lord. On 9th of April 2026, I received further instructions from the Divisional CID Officer Kabaragara, Esrite James, to obtain court orders for city bank accounts held at Stanbic Bank.
Era nawe bw'obuvunaanyizibwa obulala nga 9 omwezi gw'okuna omwaka 2026 okuba nga nfuna court order okugenda mu maaso nga nfuna ku bikwata ku akawunti 3 ezaali mu Stanbic Bank.
My Lord, I proceeded in compliance to the orders or instructions issued to me, went to Makinye, Chief Magistrate Court, deponed affidavit, secured court orders for inspection and retrieving of copies of information from MTN Uganda Limited and Stanbic Bank Uganda Limited.
Era nagenda mu maaso n'okugondera ekiragiro kyali kimpeereddwa ne ngenda mu kooti e Makindye, Chief Magistrates Court, era ne ndayira ne mpaayo ebirayiro era ne nfuna order okubanga ngenda okutunula n'okufuna kopi z'ebikwata ku kopi z'ekiragiro okugenda mu kitongole kya MTN Uganda Limited ne bank ne Stanbic Bank.
My Lord, I served the court orders to the manager, MTN Uganda Limited, and I was issued with the information that I had requested. Core data records, KYC, mobile money statement, and card history.
Nagenda mu maaso order ne nzitwala ewa manager mu kitongole kya MTN.
Repeat, what did you get?
I obtained core data records, mobile money statement, KYC, and card history for the number 0769 582620.
Ekiragiro kya kooti kye nafuna nagenda ne nkiwa manager wa MTN okusa ebikwata ku ntambuza ya ssente ku namba y'essimu
0769
eri 0769585262.
Repeat the number again.
0769 582620.
Yes.
I also served the court orders to manager Stanbic Kabaragara branch. 3 court orders, my
Era
lord.
nagenda mu maaso ne ntwala ebiragiro bya kooti 3 ewa manager wa banka ya Stanbic ku ttabi ly'e Kabalagala.
And I was issued with the documents that were in the request. That is, account statements for 3 accounts, 1 UGX and 2 USD accounts.
Era nagenda mu maaso ne mpeebwa ebiwandiiko ebyali mu kusaba kwe nali ntutteyo nga byali ku account eterekebwako sente eza siringi ne sente eza $.
I was also issued with the bank account opening documents for the 3 accounts.
Era naweebwa ebiwandiiko ebyali bikwata ku kuggulawo akawunti ng'era zaali za account ebiwandiiko byali bya account 3.
And the accounts belonged to account name Onyum Christopher Okello.
Era amannya agaali ku ezo account ge gaali Onyum Christopher Okello.
My lord, the accounts are in a report which I prepared
So
later.
fast for all of us. Yeah, taking us real speed.
You will. I'm actually looking at you to wait.
Okay, the accounts belong to Onyum Christopher Okello.
So
Yes,
what
my lord.
followed after you acquired all the required documents that you needed?
My lord, I proceeded to analyze both the telecom data from MTN and the bank documents from Stanbic Bank, as requested by Division Law CID Kawaragara.
Nagenda maaso n'okwekubojja byombiri ebiwandiiko bye nali nzije mu kitongole kya MTN n'ebyo nali nzije mu banka ya Stanbic Bank Kabaragala nga bwe nali nsabiddwa.
After analysis,
I issued a report which was addressed to Director of Public Prosecutions on 17th April 2026.
Era oluvannyuma nakola alipooti gye nawandiikira aba ofiisi abakola ku buwabi bwa gavumenti nga 17 Ogwokuna 2026.
how can you identify the report that you authored?
My lord, the report was a 7-page document and I endorsed on each page of the report with my signature.
How about the court orders that you talked about?
My lord, the court orders bear my signature.
Sorry?
The court orders bear my signature as a deponent.
Court orders.
Court orders.
What do you mean by court orders bearing your signature? A court order.
My lord, the court orders.
What bears your signature?
My affidavit in application for the court orders bear my signature and a copy of my warrant card ID.
Report gye nakola nsobola okugitegeera nti ya mikono 7 ng'era eriko omukono gwange era nga buli mukono ateekako omukono gwange era nga n'ebirayiro bye nnakuba okugenda okufuna order za kooti nazo kuliko omukono gwange ne warrant card yange.
Look at the document. Do you recognize it?
My lord, this is a true document of a report that I made. It is made of 7 pages. It bears my signature on each page. It's dated 17th April 2026.
Eno ya reporter gye nakola ya mikono 7 era ku buli muko kuliko omukono gwange era nga ya wandikibwa ngenda kuzomwezi 17 mwezi Ogwokuna mwaka 2026.
And it's addressed to the Office of Director of Public Prosecutions.
Era nga yali esindikibwa omuwabi wa gavumenti.
What else does your report contain?
My lord, my report contains the information.
No, not the content. Other than your report.
Other than my report, the documents in my hands have court orders secured from Makinye.
Let's go one by one. What is the first court order?
The first court order is a court order addressed to manager MTN Uganda Limited in respect of phone number 0769 58 26 20. I repeat, 0769 58 26 20. And the court order is having miscellaneous application MC
Dated when?
dated 7th day of April 2026. It has an application number, MC.
Not going to the details of that.
Mpamiso, let me read you.
Okay.
ebirala byenkutte.
What is the court order requesting for?
The court order was requesting for call data and mobile money records from 1st January 2026 to date.
What else?
KYC,
Mobile money records from which period?
call data and mobile money records from 1st January 2026 to date.
What else?
KYC, card history,
Okay. The next court order?
Ebiragiro bye najja ku kkooti ekisooka kyali kigenda ewa manager wa MTN ng'era kikwata ku namba y'essimu 07695852 ng'era kyali kiriko order yali eriko ng'ennaku z'omwezi yaweebwa ng'ennaku z'omwezi 7 omwezi ogwokuna omwaka 2026 ng'era etegeeza esaba nti bampe enkuba engeri enamba eno gye badde ekubisibwamu ebikwata ku ntambuza ya ssente oba mobile money okuva nga lumu omwezi ogwa January omwaka 2026 okutuusa kwolwo n'engeri enamba eyo gye badde ekozesebwamu.
Next court order?
My lord, the next court order was
My lord,
issued on 9th April 2026.
Yes, Mr.
I choose the wishes to talk to us.
Please. Want to communicate anything from him?
No, my lord.
Please, let's proceed.
The next court order is issued by Makindye Chief Magistrate Court in respect of account number 90300
Account number
90300 27 28 5413. Account name Onyum Christopher Okello, addressed to manager Stanbic Bank. It was issued on the 9th day of April 2026.
Ekiragiro kya kkooti ekyokubiri kyali era kiva mu kkooti y'e Makindye nga kyali kiweebwa ku account number 9030027285413 nga eri mu mannya ga Onyum Christopher Okello ng'ekiragiro kyali kiweebwa manager wa Stanbic Bank.
Did you get the bank statement?
Yes, my lord.
Era statement ya bank nagifuna.
When?
My lord, I secured the bank statement on 16th April 2026.
Bank statement hiyo nagifuna nga 16 mwezi gw'okuna omwaka 2026.
Next court order.
The next court order is for account number 90300 27 28 54 56 in the names of Onyum Okello.
Kiragiro kya kkooti ekyokusatu nakifuna nga kikwata ku account number 90302728545 ng'eri mu mannya ga Onyum Okello.
Dated.
Issued on 9th April 2026.
Ng'era ekiragiro ekyo kyaweebwa nga 9 omwezi gw'okuna omwaka 2026.
What was it requesting for?
The court order was requesting for the following: certified copy of bank statement from 1st June 2025 to date.
Yes.
Certified copy of specimen card signature, photographs, and detailed particulars of account holder.
Certified copy of what?
Yep.
Specimen?
Certified copy of specimen card signature, photographs, and detailed particulars of the account holder.
Did you get the information?
More item was requested: certified copy of account opening documents,
Account opening.
and any other relevant documents pertaining to the account holder.
Ekiragiro kino ekyokusatu kyali kisaba kopi ezikakasiddwa eza bank statement okuva nga 1 omwezi gw'omukaaga mwaka 2025 okutuusa kwolwo, era copies endala ezikakasiddwa ezikwata ku kaadi ne signature n'ekifaananyi n'ebikwata ku nannyini akawunti eyo, era n'ebiwandiiko ebibikakasiddwa banka ku biwandiiko ebyakozesebwa okuggulawo akawunti eno n'ebiwandiiko ebirala ebyetaagisa.
Did you retrieve the information ordered?
My lord, I retrieved the information, but there is one court order which I have not talked about.
Can you first finish what I am asking you? We shall go to that court order, please. Mr. Mpamiso. So what information did you retrieve?
My lord, I retrieved the bank statement for the 2 accounts.
When?
On 16th April 2026.
Era nafuna bank statements eza account ebbiri nga 16 omwezi ogw'okuna omwaka 2026.
What other court order?
My lord, I also obtained the court order for inspection of account number 903 002 728 5324 in the name of Onyum Okello.
Era nafuna ekiragiro kya kooti era nga kigenda mu banka.
It was on 9th April 2026.
Kikwata ku account number 90302728554 ng'eri account number eri mu mannya ga Onyum Okello, ng'ekiragiro kino kyaweebwa nga 9 omwezi gw'okuna omwaka 2026.
you retrieve the information?
Yes, my lord. I obtained statement of account,
When?
bank. The statement of account was issued on 16th April 2026.
Nafuna statement ekwata kwa account eyo eyampeebwa nga 16 mwezi eyafuluma nga 16 mwezi ogwokuna omwaka 2026.
I also obtained the bank account opening documents.
Era nafuna n'ebiwandiiko ebyakozesebwa okuggulawo account
For 3 accounts.
For the 3 accounts?
era ebiwandiiko bye nafuna ebyokuggula account byali bya account 3.
How about in respect of the court order to MTN? What did you retrieve?
My lord, I retrieved call data records, mobile money statement, KYC, and card history.
Kiragiro kya kooti ekyaweebwa kitongole kya MTN nafunayo amasimu oba call data amasimu agaali gakubibwa n'agayali afuna statement ya mobile money ebikwata ku nanyini simu eno.
Where are the respective court orders and the information retrieved, Mr. Mpamizo?
The court orders are with me. They are attached to this document I'm holding.
Era ebiragiro bya kooti eyo biri ku kiwandiiko kino kyenkutte.
That document has the name.
And this document is a report of analysis on telecommunication data and bank account documents.
Orders are annexed. What else is annexed? How about the information that you retrieved?
My lord, the information I retrieved is also contained in this document.
Kino kyenkutte ya lipoota gye namala ne nteeka mu buwandiike era nga erimu bye najja mu MTN ebyampeebwa byonna n'ebyava mu banka ze statement ezaava mu banka.
My Lord, I want to pray to tender the analysis report on telecommunication data and bank account documents dated the 17th of April 2026, together with the listed annexures as an exhibit.
Yes, Mr. Kumbuga.
My Lord, we have no objection to the documents as far as court documents are concerned and police. However, as far as banker statements or banker documents, MTN documents, we object on the following grounds. One, the witness is not the author. He does not work with these two institutions. For us to verify the credibility and integrity of these documents as exhibits and evidence on court record, the officers of these two documents from these institutions should come to court for cross-examination, the truthfulness of this evidence. That court can only tender them as PID, but not as exhibits. I press so.
Siwakanya kwayo biragiro ebyaweebwa kooti n'okulayira kw'omusikale naye mpakanya bino ebyaggyibwa mu kitongole kya MTN ne statement ezaggyibwa mu banka. Ekisooka nti ono aziwaayo omujulizi si ye yaziwandiika, takola mu bitongole bino ebyogerwako ebibiri, era nga okuzuula obutuufu bw'ebiwandiiko bino kyetaaga abakozi okuva mu bitongole bino ebibiri bajje wano mu kooti okukakasa obutuufu bwabyo, pozi nga kooti ekkiriza okuba nga birabibwako kooti naye nga singa ebizibiti.
Any rejoinder, Mr. Mwaganya?
My Lord, we believe that the witness is competent to tender the documents in issue. As a recipient, which documents he procured pursuant to lawful process through a court order, through court orders, my Lord. Which were made, or rather applied for by himself. Which were applied for by himself My Lord, the documents as had and received
The documents are
as had and received by the witness are in their original form and therefore comply with the best evidence rule So as a witness that procured, my Lord, he is competent to tender the same as a recipient. My Lord, I'm wondering if you can take additional legal basis, or it's
No,
okay, my
I
Lord.
am about to pronounce myself.
Most obliged.
Okay, I have considered the objection that has been raised by the defense relating to the admissibility of the documents originating from Stanbic Bank, Kabalagala, and MTN Uganda. Counsel for the accused contends that the same cannot be admitted because the witness is not the author of the same. However, counsel does not object to the various court orders that led to the acquisition of those documents from MTN and Stanbic Bank. He also does not object to the report, which is an analysis of the documents he's objecting to. I find that the documents from Stanbic Bank Uganda, Kabalagala branch, and the MTN Uganda were properly obtained by the witness, and he's competent to tender in the report that analyzed them. And as a result, I admit the report together with its attachments, and I mark it PEX 15.
Most obliged.
You still have a lot with this witness, Mr. Mwaganya?
My Lord, about 20 minutes with him.
Could we stretch a little bit
Okay, my
for
Lord.
about 10 minutes?
Most obliged, my Lord.
And we return at a 20 past 2.
Genda kumulamu tukomewo ng'eddakiika 2 eziyise ku ssaawa 8.
That was Thermo Fisher Scientific.
Okay.
What does Thermo Fisher mean? What is Thermo Fisher?
Thermo Fisher is a leading company in science, the world leading company in science.
Okay.
Together with Africa Biosystems.
Okay, which year?
That was 2020. I also hold a certificate of training in precision ID, next generation sequencing, that is NGS system for human identification. My road that was by Thermo Fisher Scientific and Africa Biosystems.
In which year?
That was 2020. My road, I also have a certificate of training that is Hamilton Operators Training by Hamilton.
Yes.
That it was in 2020. My road, I have a certificate of training in sample manager. That is by Thermo Fisher Scientific. That was in 2024. My road also, I have a certificate of training in data visualization. My lord, I have a certificate of training.
In which year?
That was
data visualization, which year?
2021. My lord, I have a certificate of training in ISO 17025. That is the laboratory management systems. That was by professional certification, that is professional evaluation and certification board.
Okay.
As a read assessor.
In which year?
That was 2024.
Okay. So, for how long have you been working as a forensic biologist?
My lord, I have worked as a forensic biologist for 6 years. This is my 7th year.
Nkoze mu department eno ey'okubijja okumala emyaka 6, guno gwe mwaka gwange ogw'omusanvu.
What are your roles as a forensic biologist?
My lord, my roles as a forensic biologist, one is to examine and process biological exhibits. The other role, my lord, is to analyze and interpret the results from the examined biological exhibits.
Analyze and interpret
The results from the findings from the examined biological exhibits.
Yes.
My other role, after examination and analysis, I make reports of my findings. Then finally testify my findings in the courts of law.
Okay. So how do you usually receive these exhibits?
My Lord,
The ones that you examine and analyze.
my Lord, the exhibits from different stations of Uganda submitted through the forensic gateway.
Which stations are you talking about?
In this case, that
Different
was
stations.
police stations, my Lord. They reach the gateway of the Directorate of Forensic Services with their police form 17A, which indicates the different analysis required for the exhibit.
Yes.
When they reach the gateway, my Lord,
Just hold on.
What do you mean by gateway?
we have, the gateway is the reception of the Directorate, my Lord.
Please interpret that.
Mu mirimu gyange egimu ku mirimu gyenkola mwe muli okwekebejja n'okugoberera emitendera egy'okwekebejja ebizibiti ebiba bireeteddwa era n'okunnyonnyola ebiba bivudde mu kwekebejja ebizibiti ebyo era oluvannyuma lw'okwekebejja n'okwetegereza maliriza n'enkola alipoota ku bye mba nzudde era n'omulimu ogwala nkola ogw'okugendanga mu kkooti okuwa obujulizi. Ebizibiti bireetebwa okuva mu station za poliisi okuva mu ggwanga lyonna erya Uganda ng'era bisindikibwa ne bijja nga babiweerezaako poliisi fomu eyitibwa 17A eraga ebeerako bye beetaaga okuba nga byekebejjezebwa era bireetebwa awo ewatuukira ebiba birina okwekebejjezebwa.
Yes. When the exhibits reach the gateway.
My Lord, when the exhibits reach the gateway, depending on the requests on the exhibits to be analyzed, they are allocated a specific laboratory number.
Era ebizibiti ebyo biba bituuse awo we birina okutuukira okusinziira ku kusaba okuba kuteereddwako okulina okwekebejjezebwa biweebwa namba y'ekkeberezebwa we bakeberera.
Who allocates this number?
My Lord, the in charge of the gateway allocates the lab number to the exhibit.
Era oyo abeera awo we bituukira yabiteekako namba ku bizibiti ebyo.
Yes.
After verification and allocation of the lab number, my Lord, the exhibits are dispatched to the relevant laboratory
era oluvannyuma lw'okwekebejjezebwa n'okutegeera kiki ebyasabye biteekebwako akalambe akaawe balina okubyekebejja era ne bisindikibwa gye birina okwekebejjezebwa.
And they are dispatched to the relevant laboratory for temporary storage prior to their examination.
Bisindikibwa mu makeberero gye birina okukeberebwa ne biterekebwawo nga birinda okwekebejjezebwa.
The head of the laboratory allocates the case to the analyst, who then proceeds with the examination of the exhibits.
Era akulira ekkeberero eryo alikwasa agenda okwekebejja oyo agenda oyo yennyini gwe baba bakwasizza n'agenda mu maaso neyekebejja ekizibiti ekyo.
Okay, so how then did you receive these exhibits?
My Lord, the head of the laboratory allocated to me this case.
Who is the head?
The head of the laboratory by that time was Superintendent of Police Kisitu Jaffa.
Kisitu?
Kisitu Jaffa.
Yes.
He allocated me the case. In this case, it was DFS. DFS/DNA/164/2026.
Yes, after allocating.
After allocation, I worked with the technician, who is AIP Busiku Shadrach, whose role was to go and pick the exhibit from their temporary storage to the sampling room.
Mu nsonga eno akulira ekkeberero yeyankwasa omulimu guno era nga mu budde obwo yali superintendent wa poliisi Kisitu, ng'era yampa ku luno baali bagirambye DFS kasaze DNA kasaze 164 kasaze 226, era oluvannyuma lw'okunkwasa nakola n'omukugu ow'eddaala ya AIP Busiku Shadrach eyagenda n'abijjayo webali ebizibiti n'abijjayo webyali biterekeddwa akabanga akatono n'abireeta mu kasenge ak'okwekebejjezebwamu.
Yes, you received them.
When I received the exhibits, I confirmed the exhibits from the PF-17A. After confirmation, I proceeded with the sampling of.
How did you confirm these exhibits?
I confirmed the exhibits by opening them and verifying them on the police form 17A.
Yes. Nafuna ebizibiti bino nagenda mu maaso okubikula era n'okukakasa nga bwenkebera ku foomu ya poliisi kwe byali bireeteddwa eriko namba 17 bye bimpeereddwa.
Yes.
I proceeded with the sampling of the exhibits. and each exhibit was handled differently.
Agenda mu maaso okulonderwamu ebizibiti bino era nga buli kizibiti kyakolwako nga kyo kimu ku kimu.
During the sampling of the exhibit, my lord, the exhibits were given specimen IDs. The specimen IDs started with 164 Y26, then S001. Continuous.
The specimen IDs started with what?
Started with 164 Y26 S001 in sequence.
Okay. Then
After sampling of the exhibits, the sampled exhibits were repacked and the specimen obtained from the exhibits proceeded to the next steps of DNA analysis. Which included DNA extraction, quantification, detection, and finally analysis of the results.
did you analyze the results?
Yes, my lord, I analyzed the results.
After analyzing the results, what did you do?
Let's have interpretation.
Nagenda mu maaso n'okuggyako obutundu ku ebyo byali bireeteddwa era nga mu kwawulamu ebyali bigenda okukeberebwa buli kye twajjamu twakiteekako akalambe nga twatandika n'akalambe aka 164 wayi 26 sa 00 era oluvannyuma lw'okuggyako obutundu ku birina okukeberebwa twaddamu ebyasigala ebitooleddwako ne tubiddamu ne tubipakira ne tubibikka era obutundu twali tutoddeko ne tubusindika okugenda mu maaso ku ddaala ery'okukeberebwa.
Yes, what did you do after analyzing the results?
My lord, after the analysis of the results, I interpreted the results, then made conclusions on my findings, then I generated a report of the findings.
If this report is shown to you, would you be in position to identify it?
Yes, my lord.
How?
My lord, this report is signed by me as the analyst on all the pages. It is co-signed by the reviewer who reviews all the processes which I handled in examining the exhibits.
Who is the reviewer?
The reviewer was Wazodi Amos, who is a senior analyst in this case.
He's called who?
Wazodi Amos. Amos, S-I, at the end.
Yes.
who reviewed, he signed on that report. Then also our names are on one of the pages within the report. My lord, also the report has a cover letter of the Directorate of Forensic Services,
Is it signed?
signed by the acting AIGP Forensic Services, who is Andrew K. Mubiru.
Agenda mu maaso okufuna ndagabutonde ne tuziteeka mu bipimo ne tuzeekebejja, era oluvannyuma bwe byavaamu ne ngenda mu maaso n'okubinnyonnyola era ne nkola alipoota ey'ebyo ebyali bizuuliddwa. Ku alipoota eyo nsobola okugimanya kuba nateekako omukono ku buli muko, era n'omwekebezi omukulu bwe nakola naye Wazadi Amos naye yateekako omukono, era nga alipoota eyo eriko ebbaluwa eyateekebwako omukono omwami Andrew.
Anything else to help you identify this report?
The report, my lord, also has the seal of the Directorate of Forensic Services.
Era kuliko ne ripoota eyo eriko n'envumbo ya Directorate of Forensic.
The forwarding letter was addressed to the OCID of the submitting station, which was Gaba Police Station.
Ebbaluwa yali yejuweleza yali esindikibwa ewa OCCID owa station ye Gaba.
My lord, that's how I can identify my report.
Okay. Then you talked about the police form 17As.
Yes.
If these police forms you reviewed prior to carrying out the analysis, if they are shown to you, would you be in position to identify them?
My lord, I can identify the police form 17A, which I worked with, because it bears the stamp of Forensic Gateway, and also the date. That stamp has the date when the exhibits reached the Forensic Gateway.
Police form 17A bw'eba endagiddwa eyo gye nagoberera nsobola okugitegeera nti yeeno kubanga eriko stamp awo ebizibiti we bituukira n'ennaku z'omwezi diro ya funibwa.
My lord, the same form has the laboratory number. In this case, DFS DNA 164/2026.
Repeat that, please.
My lord, the PF17A also has the lab number, which in this case is DFS/DNA/164/2026.
Era police form yemu eyo 17A eriko namba ya labu eyalambibwako ng'eri DFS kasaze DNA kasaze 1064 kasaze 226.
That form was received on 7th of April 2026.
Era form eyo yalitibwa nga nnaku z'omwezi 7 gw'okuna omwaka 2026.
The same form, my lord, has an attachment of the letter from the OCID of Kabaragala, dated 10th of April 2026, requesting to examine a specific number of exhibits.
Era foomu yemu kuliko emabega waayo kuliko ebbaluwa eyava ewa OC w'Akabalagala ng'ewandiikibwa ng'ennaku z'omwezi 10 omwezi ogwokuna omwaka 2026 ng'esaba okwekebejja ebizibiti ebiwerako.
To whom was this letter addressed?
My Lord, the letter was addressed to the Director of Forensic Services.
Era ebbaluwa eno baali bawandiikidde Director w'ekifo we bakeberera ebizibiti.
Does it bear anything to show it was received at your office?
My Lord, that letter bears a stamp of Forensic Gateway dated 10th of April 2026.
Yawo awatuukibwa ebireeteddwa okwekebejja ng'era stamp ekuliko ennaku z'omwezi nga 10 omwezi ogwokuna omwaka 2026.
And the lab number, in this case DFS/DNA/164/2026.
N'akalambe k'ennamba gye bateekako ey'ekkeberero eri DFS kasale DNA kasale 164 kasale 2026.
Have a look at this document and identify the contents of this document to the court.
The contents?
Identify the document to the court. I beg your pardon, my lord.
My Lord, this is my DNA report. How I can confirm that it has my signature as the analyst forensic biology.
Eno ya lipoota ey'okwekebejja endagabutonde ng'era kwentegerera nti kuliko omukono gwange nga nze yeekebejja eyakola okwekebejja okwo.
It has my names as the analyst on page 22 of 28. That is the name Harerimana Barnabas.
Era kuliko erinnya lyange ku mukono gwa 22.
Signed and dated on 13th of April 2026.
Era nga yateekebwako omukono ng'ennaku z'omwezi 13 omwezi ogwokuna omwaka 2026.
The same report, my Lord, has a covering letter from the Directorate of Forensic Services addressed to the OCID Gaba Police Station.
Era nga lipooti yemu eriko ebbaluwa eyawandiikibwa akulira ekifo kino ekyekebejjeza ebizibiti bino nga baagiwandiikira OC w'Eggaba.
My Lord, the same report has the seal of the Directorate.
Era lipooti yemu eriko envumbo yewebeekebejjeza wano.
And the appended signature of the Director, that is Acting AIGP Forensic Services, Andrew K. Mubiru.
Era nga kuliko omukono gw'oyo eyakolanga akulira ekifo kino Andrew K. Mubiru.
My Lord, the same report has an attachment of Police Form 17A.
Report yemu era kukwasiddwako form ya poliisi 17A,
which has a stamp of the Directorate of Forensic Services received.
Era nga yo eriko stamp ekakasa nti yafunibwa.
That is Forensic Gateway Naguru.
awo ewatuukira ebizibiti ekifo awo ekyennaggulu
Dated on 7th April 2026.
nga yafunibwa ng'ennaku z'omwezi 7 ogwokuna 2026.
My road, the same section of lab number has a lab number which is DFS DNA 164 or 2026 on the same PF17A.
Era foomu eya poliisi 17A eriko obulambe bwe bumu obw'ekkeberero DFS kasaze DNA kasaze 1064 kasaze 2026.
The way you described the police forms, the police form, it's as though it's only one police form. How many police forms are there?
My road, the police
Several
form.
attachments.
The police form is one with several pages.
Yes.
It has very many several pages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, describing all the exhibits submitted.
Ena foomu ya poliisi eno eriko emiko 9 eginnyonnyola ebizibiti ebyenjawulo ebyaleetebwa.
The same report has an attachment of the letter. The letter from the Divisional CID Kabaragara addressed to the Director Forensic Services requesting to analyze a specific number of exhibits.
Is it dated?
My lord, this letter is dated 10th April 2026 by the stamp of the Forensic Gateway, Naguru.
Era nga kuliko ebbaluwa eyava wa CID w'e Kabalagala nga yagiwandiikira atwala ekkeberero nga amusaba okuba nga beekebejja ebizibiti ebiwerako ng'era eriko ennaku z'omwezi nga 4 omwezi ogwokuna omwaka 2026 lwe yatuuka ku kkeberero e Naggulu webituukira.
10th, not 4th.
Nga 4 ogwokuna 2026
10th.
nga 10 ogwokuna.
So, officer, are you saying that the letter came after the exhibits?
Yes, my lord. My lord, that's how I can identify this report.
My lord, I pray to tender the DNA report and its annexures as a prosecution exhibit.
Objection.
Okay, the DNA analysis report, which is dated 13th April 2026 and authored by the witness, has been admitted as a prosecution exhibit and it is marked PEX 16.
Na alipoota y'okwekebejja yandaga butonde yakolebwa omujulizi ono ekkiriziddwa ng'ekizibiti yakolebwa ng'ennaku z'omwezi 13 omwezi ogwokuna omwaka 2026 ekkiriziddwa ng'ekizibiti ky'oludda oluwaabi ekyekkumi n'ekirambi.
Miss Anne, you want to proceed with the report and that the exhibits at this time, I think it is not very proper. This person has technical evidence. We need to come when we are fresh and listen to his evidence.
Much obliged. My Lord, just for clarity and guidance, I wanted to know whether the annexures of the PF17
together with the annexures,
together as one,
the whole report.
Okay, most obliged.
So I propose that we have the this witness tomorrow as early as 9, so that he gives us his technical evidence. Okay, we are going to resume with this case tomorrow, the 22nd of April at 9 to proceed with the evidence of this witness. And the accused person is further remanded till tomorrow at 9. Prisons, let's try to come early so that we begin at the dot of 9.
Musango guno gujja kuddamu guwulirwa enkya nga 22 omwezi ogwokuna omwaka guno ku ssaawa 3 ez'okumakya. N'awamuwabirwa asindikidde okuddako alimanda okutuusa ku olwo enkya tugende mu maaso n'obujulizi bw'omujulizi ono akomekereza olwaleero.